What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's see. Is this thing running already? All right. Here we go. Beautiful. Oh. Welcome to the stream. Before I begin, let me state a disclaimer. Everything we discuss on this channel or stream is not financial advice, guys. Always do your own research or your own due diligence. So today we're gonna analyze Bitcoin USD as usual. Like I was talking about last night on the previous stream. I'm expecting some kind of move around, well, pretty much now. So we'll see. While we are waiting, I would also like to do some explanations about our fractional reserve banking system. So I don't really have an I'm suspecting nobody actually understand this. People are only talking about this part, quantitative easing. But I don't think they understand that this is not really important. This is the most important part. This is what caused hyperinflation. The money multiplying, and that is not done by the central bank actually. So I can also print money, right? I can do quantitative easing. Doesn't mean it's gonna have some value. So, well, who makes the value, right? Or gets the value from the current money supply? It's the money multipliers, the banks. And people gotta understand that this is the reason why inflation, why everything becomes more expensive, and way of living and everything. So these guys multiplies the money. Some I like to call it professional money laundering, actually, right? That's what they are doing here. So I hope you guys get my point. It's not about the quantitative easing, it's about the money multiplying. This part is the cause of hyperinflation. So it's the banks. It's not only the central banks, it's also the local banks, every bank. That's why we need to get rid of this fractional reserve banking system. And what they're using is the modern money mechanics methods. So hopefully you guys understand that. Why you should choose the right leaders. The ones who want to get rid of this system. They're probably sincere. I mean, if your government's just keeping these companies, banks alive, then you know what they're doing. They're standing behind these people. So then you know these aren't the right leaders. Like we are experiencing now in Europe. So that's modern money mechanics, and these guys and these guys make the world go around, right? The Federal Reserve, China Central Bank, European Central Bank, and these national banks are all behind this central bank. And they got the Russian Central Bank, India, Japan, there are more, Britain, right? But these guys are the game runners, right? They all use this well, pretty similar to this fractional reserve system. So as long as they're all doing this, actually, I know it's unethical and we shouldn't be doing this, but we have no choice at this point in time. It's either going into a depression or print some money, try to keep the productivity going. This circulation of, you know, money value. Once this stops, as you can see, everything stops. So productivity will stop. So when salary stops, these guys cannot store their savings on the banks. So, and the banks, they earn money from lending money or loaning money, right, to entrepreneurs and I don't know. So when these people, where the real value comes from, save their money, these banks, whether they store it in bank A, B, or C, doesn't matter. They all do the same. Once you store money here, they will lend that money again, and they keep doing this until the inevitable. There's this formula. This is how you can calculate the maximum amount of new value, new money that has been multiplied. So when the reserve ratio, in this case in the European Union, it's 1% against this. 18th of January 2012, they lowered this to 1%. Oh goodness me! It was 2%. Like it's like I mean that's also already freaking low. But they've done this 8 years ago, guys. 8 years ago already. So that means that the ratio is 0.01. And to get the money multiplier, we divide this. We divide 1 by the reserve ratio. So that's so this is the outcome. 1 divided by 0.01 is 100 times. And then the total change in the money supply will be the money multiplier, 100 times the quantitative easing. In this case, this is only this part, guys. This is only this part. I mean, they're doing this with this also as well, with the savings. So, oh, hi Joseph. I see you're pretty bored. Yeah, I'm kind of explaining how modern money mechanic works, how our fractional reserve banking system works, for those who still don't understand. So, and while I'm waiting for the Bitcoin to to go down a bit or go up, I'm waiting for that movement, right? So, where was I? So quantitative easing times money multiplier. Well, in this case, when they print $1,000, 1,000 euros, that means 1,000 euros times 100. 100,000 euros. What's the total change in the current money supply? And the value of this new money comes from these guys, these people. All right, the value cannot come. It's not just you can print money out of it. Like I said, I can print money as well. Doesn't mean it has some value. It's these people, the banks. We ought to destroy these motherfuckers. They're the enemy, guys. Just saying. This system needs to die. And they just keep using it. Unbelievable. And we're now witnessing collateral damage. So, hopefully, for those who are watching this, get more wiser. So yeah, this is what. So the reason why they're doing this. Otherwise, this stops. This stops. This stops. and then we get a Great Depression. Unfortunately, this is how economy works. We've chosen this, people. I know you might not like it, but we did. Right? At least for the European Union part. America's doing fine. Kind of. So let's move on. Head back to technical analysis, guys. Let's see. So if people keep telling you about, well, this money printing is bad for the economy, we have no choice. We have no freaking choice. It's either that, it's either inflation or depression. And then, that's not the full context. It's either printing money with a chance of a Great Depression, or we do not print money and we will get into a Great Depression no matter what. So I think that's not really a choice. This kind of sucks, I know. And it's all because of our current leaders. Especially here in the European Union. They're all freaking idiots. So, it's looking pretty boring. Nothing really much is happening. I mean, it's looking it's very like calm before the storm. We'll see. The 15 minutes. Seeing nothing. It's just been stuck here. It's looking like a Bart Simpson. Which way the storm is going to blow? Well, good question. I think I'm not sure yet, but I think like I said in the previous stream, I want to see this happening. I want to see it go down a bit, finding support somewhere here. Doesn't matter, just above this support line. Why is that red? Something like that. Anyways, and then I think it's gonna go up. Getting rejected here, right? So it's probably gonna do something like that. Hopefully breaking out finally, and otherwise gonna find support here. Head back up, retest resistance once again. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. Not 100% sure, but I think the probability is pretty high. That should be support collar. This should be a freaking resistance collar. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I think, and it should happen actually any minute now. I don't know. At least I hope it's gonna happen now. That's kind of. It can also. Let's see. It's far too late. Perhaps in a few hours. Can happen between now and 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. 6 p.m. CET. Central European time. Yeah, it's gonna go down a bit. It's kind of late though. I'm kind of concerned about that. Let's see. I want this line. I think if it's gonna go down, make this movement, it's probably gonna find resistance somewhere there, or support there, and then head back up. gonna enter somewhere there. Right? Do not enter here. Do not enter on this side. Why? Because this thing can still break through. We will know that. So when candles break through this support, and more candles preferable, closes below this support, then I'm probably gonna enter somewhere here. Oh, here. I mean, then it's like 80% chance that bears can, bears break out, or at least a bears continuation. Otherwise, it might also just find support here, bounce back up, then I'll wait a movement, bounce back up movement like that. Then I'll probably enter here. It's kind of weird, huh? But this is a working strategy, guys. I can tell you that. And the risk you are taking is also very clear, right? So let me give you an example. So since this is not financial advice, so when this price, let me draw it. When the price action finally goes down, find support here. So like I said, right, if this happens, if this situation happens, right, this will not happen, of course, if it continues to go down, right? You can still find support here, but like, once again, it can still break through. That's why we always enter after and not before. Alright, and I will show you where I should start my position. So I'll probably do something like that. Right? So this can still, you should always take in consideration that this still can go down, right? But if it does, you know what will happen. It will go straight down. So the question for you is, are you gonna take the risk that you're going to take the chance that it's going to bounce back up from here? Well, I'm certainly not. So I mean, especially when you're high leveraging this, like 10x or something, 5x. I mean, 2%. That's almost 3% from here. Times 10 is 30%. That's a lot. That's a lot, guys. So I would actually just go here probably if I do 10x, right? 1%, it's like 10%, it's still doable. And if it does go up, my risk reward will be pretty high. Right? This is how you strategize. So when this happens, I would probably do something like this. And if it does go down again, well, then it's gonna get stopped. It is what it is, and I will take my loss. I'd rather take this loss than this loss, or in worst case scenario, even further down, right? When I'm like, well, I'm expecting not to break out, so if it does, it's gonna go a little bit like that. It's almost 5%. If you 10x this, you're probably gonna get liquidated. Your stop loss will not even get triggered. Otherwise, you're gonna lose 50% of your position. That's a lot. If you don't do leverage, you lose 5%, by the way, and you gain 50%. Not bad. If you don't do leverage at all, it's okay. But you will have to do a high amount of contracts. So I would probably just go with a stop loss here somewhere, pretty tight, right? But you will be like, man, that's gonna get triggered. I'll show you why not. Look at here. This is the same situation. Same situation, right? Price action found support. Find support here. Goes up, down. Look at this. And it went up like that, right? Found support here. So I was like, hey, that's a bounce back up movement. So I cannot be not bullish. So I'll probably do something like that. And look at this. When I zoom this in, this stop loss was never triggered. Never. See that? Because I've entered here, you'll be like, whoa, entering in an upwards movement, crazy. Yep. Look at this. It never got triggered. Even though my stop loss was freaking tight, right? Super tight. But I've seen this movement so many times. That's why I know this works. 9 out of 10. Look, 10 times, just 1%, right? This 1%-ish, even if it gets triggered. I mean, when you 10x, when you 5x, that's like 5%. I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing, you know. 5%. What the fuck is 5%? As long as this doesn't happen too often, and that's why I'm using this strategy, because this doesn't happen too often. That this stop loss gets triggered, right? We want to prevent that gets triggered. So it went up, went up. Took my profits here at the top, somewhere here at the top. I 10x this, so I was like 180%. 180% profit. Was pretty nice. So, and I was like, well, closing here, well, it's probably gotta do the same thing, right? So I went top, went up again, and look, same thing. I went a short there. The market taker, hi, welcome to the stream, everybody. So yeah, I shorted here, of course. I mean, it's the same concept, only vice versa. Alright, it went down. I saw that going down, the pullback down movement, right? So I shorted from there. I saw this thing finding support here, and I was like, okay, it's time to close the short position. So now I'm waiting here for this to happen. So it happened here, right? It happened there. It happened there. So what's the chance that it's gonna happen here again? Well, how do you think? What do you think the chances are that this is going to happen again? So this is how I do my risk management, guys, and how I strategize on day trading. Day trades. Anyways, it's kind of the smaller swings, right? I mean, it's more like the smaller swings. Of course, I'm the master of big swings. I've predicted this swing, right? When took profit to the upside, took profit to the downside, took profit to the upside. It's very learnful. Thanks. Oh well, appreciate it. You're very much welcome. So, but this you have to be very patient, right? I mean, this happens like once in every few months. That's why I do day trade sometimes. Like this, this speaks to me so much. This, I cannot not trade this, right? It's so obvious to me. At least how my style works. So, right, and since this is an ascending channel, and channels tends to continue consolidate for quite some time, making more higher highs and higher lows. So this does not have to happen, by the way. This could actually just find support here, still go up, making that movement again, finding resistance there, and then the inevitable. It has to break. It has to break down sometime. I have not seen in healthy markets. I have not seen ascending channels going straight up. So, so yeah, it's looking pretty bullish actually for the in immediate term, anyways. In the long term, we're still in the bear market, guys. Cannot deny that. Although we are approaching, as you can see, the end of this bear market. So hold your hopes high, guys. You might be entering new opportunities, life-changing opportunities actually. I'm not saying to sell your houses now, sell everything and buy bitcoins. No, if you are gonna invest, you know, there's still even though the chance of Bitcoin is dying is lesser and lesser, you still have to take that in consideration that Bitcoin may die, right? That it may continue to go down like that. It's possible, although this chances is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. Especially when we, you know, when we cross over this Bitcoin halving, and it's still above this support line, which is very strong support, by the way. Oh yeah, then the chance of Bitcoin dying is just so small. I mean, this is just gonna recover. Look, this is becoming a bullish pattern. It's in descending triangle, ascending broadening triangle. So it has a breakout pattern to the upside. So no matter what, from this point when it goes down, doesn't matter, it's gonna recover. The chance that it's going further down is very small. Very small. It had to happen here already. Then it could have died. Then Bitcoin could have died. But we passed this point, guys. We passed this point. Hey. Woohoo! And Bitcoin is looking good. Doesn't matter here from this point. I'm quite happy with this. This is looking like a beautiful analysis or trade to me. Some of my own tracks. Oh yeah. Let's do this. So I'm still waiting. Still waiting. I'm gonna release new version of ME1 and 2 later today. I'm just gonna do it after the stream. I mean, I need to type. I'm gonna release a complete new update, separate from the last version. So people who are still using or already comfortable with the previous version, they can still use it. You know, taking your time to get used to this new indicator. I mean, I've changed so much. The algorithms are so more complex now, so I'm gonna release this individually, and I will explain later, especially in my academy, how this works, how you should use these indicators, and how these are made, right? As this is the stochastic RSI, these lines here above. These trend waves are based on the MACD, except that I've modified it to my own liking. This is the heat map of the value money flow or volume flow. So when the volume enters the negative area below the zero, it becomes red, and when it's going down, it becomes even more red, like this. And when it goes up, it becomes green, like this. It went up. I mean, it was positive below zero, but money flow was going down. That's why this is a darker green. So my money flow is up, and it's going up, and it's gonna be a green like this one, like green. Not to forget, these colors are oversold territories, and these red colors are oversold. Overbought territories, and that's how a lot of traders base their trades on, right? Once the stochastic and the RSI crosses bearish, that's probably a good point to short in this case. Look at this. Whoop. This is based on that crossing, and that it crossed bearish in the overbought sold territory. So this chance of the bearish continuation was pretty high. As you can see, ME2 predicted this downwards movement. Bam. Ain't that something? So I'm not gonna stream very long today, guys. Perhaps when the movement happens, then I'll definitely come back. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen today. It's taking pretty a long time already, to be honest. You know, this might be the movement already. I'm not sure. Can't see it very well, and I'm not taking that risk as well. You know, if I miss this, I miss this. I'll just accept it, and I'll try to catch it here on the wave down. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes you will have to accept that you miss trades, guys. Then you just, you know, if you really want to, you can also go to another market. Except for today, it's weekend, so most of the markets are closed. Hence, I like Bitcoin so much. So this might be the movement already. Could be. It's kind of a small one. I want to see it a bit more near the support, right? I mean, then I'll be satisfied. Then this will be a low risk trade. Low risk, high reward trade. When you enter from here. Right. So price action can still go down, of course, from there, but it's probably not, since it happened here, right? Look at that. It never got triggered. Never. Beautiful. And that's the perfect strategy. I mean, yes, of course, this is not 100% waterproof, but as you can see, this happens, well, it's more successful than it can fail. So I'm also gonna work a bit on my web application today, if possible. I really hope I can finish something before next week, actually. Something to show you guys. I've been working hard, very hard on it. So I hope this is not happening yet. Definitely keep an eye today. Fortunately, the other markets are closed, so it's kind of boring to analyze the other markets. However, if you're looking for, if you do want to know, if you haven't analyzed it yet, I don't know, just let me know. I'll analyze it for you, show you what's going on. Let's see. So this was a beautiful trade, right? Dang. To the downside as well. Awesome. So I'm hoping the same here. Waiting here. Let me see, how long did it take actually from here, from this point? Well, 2 days. Ooh, so let's check it out. It's from there. 2 days. 2 days. Yeah, it should happen anytime soon, like I said. But we'll see. Only time can tell. Only time can tell. This might already have been this downwards movement. It's possible, guys. It's just, I mean, especially when I look at the lines, you can see it here very well. Looks like it's been already been doing this movement already. So it might not go up already. Actually, we'll see. It's looking pretty bullish now. Probably something like that's gonna happen. Breaking through. Finding support somewhere there. Going down. And then it's waiting game. Whether this breaks down, we'll find support again. It looks like something significant is happening. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's check the smaller time frames. It looks like a volume is entering the markets. So, yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Here we go. Here we go. Look at these beautiful signals. It's not. It was not that. Not that impressive actually. Let's see. We have a bullish divergence up in here. There is a bullish. It's converging a bullish divergence here. So this might go up actually. Just waiting a bit. This might also just be another fake out like here. It's been doing that a lot. So this could actually go up. Looks like a bullish cross here with stochastic RSI. Jesus, I'm getting tongue tired already. Kind of sucks. Whoa. All right. What's gonna happen today? Oh, this looks like a bearish divergence. It's already entering the overbought territories. Here, it's not crossing yet though. Nowhere near crossing. We had a bullish divergence here, and then it went up. Whoa. Could still have entered here. Dang. Okay, cool. So if this bends over, if this creates a smaller hill, we have a bearish divergence here. That's probably gonna go down a bit, a little bit, not much. Since this is only the 5-minute chart, I do not recommend going into this shorter time frames. It's very dangerous. It's also very addictive. So I'm trying to prevent people going into that into those realm. Let's see. Lots to do today. So this could happen. Oh, let me draw this out just to be sure. And this could happen, of course. Right? I mean, this is classical ascending channels. I mean, this happens a lot. Continues consolidating for a while, whether it's upside sideways or downside sideways or just sideways. This is something that happens a lot. That's why I rather like wedges or such, Wedges are like, two more like this, right? Like what happened here. I mean, this is just one. I mean, then it broke down to the downside, right? And that's why I like wedges. They don't consolidate a lot for a long time. Channels, well, as you can see, you get a lot of scalp opportunities or day trading opportunities. So, which is not bad, but as well, if you do it right. I think that was a fake out. This is gonna go down. Look at this. I'm waiting actually in 1 hour to make this movement. And this will be a bearish divergence. It's probably gonna go down a bit, creating a smaller hill here. Right? Look at that, and then creating a bullish divergence to go up, just like that. that's what I'm kind of expecting what's going to happen. Of course, I'm not 100% sure if this is actually gonna happen. However, if this plays out like this, like I've showed you guys, then yeah, I'm probably gonna enter a. Let's see. Let me show it once again. Probably gonna enter somewhere there. So not on this side, right? Why? Because it can still go down. And this won't happen at all. It's not gonna happen. Right? If it continues to go down, this won't happen. So, however, when it does find support here somewhere, you know, making this gap similar to this one, then yeah, no, what happened here? So what's the chance it's gonna happen here? I would say 80% going up. When this plays out like this, right? When I'm like at this point, am I gonna enter? Then I would be like 80% up, 20% down, and from this point, I would say if it does find support, then I would say from this point, 80% up, 20% down. However, when it breaks even further, this is not gonna happen. When this breaks through, then when candles closes here, then I'm probably gonna enter here for a short percentage, so for a bearish continuation. All right. Looks like it's going up. Holy crap! It's going up already. It could have been. This could have been like this already. Could be. Could be. No. Well, tough luck for me then. It is what it is. If I miss this, it is what it is. I'll just accept it. I'm not sure if this happened or not. This is not a significant bottom. This is not significant to me. This is significant. I mean, this is clear as day. Right? Wow. Finding support there. There. Entering here. This is just what you gonna do, man? What the fuck are you gonna do? It can still go up like that. I mean, no idea. However, of course, it can still go down up now. It's possible. Alrighty. No, I think I've said everything today. Well, guys, don't forget this, alright? Don't forget this fractional reserve banking system. Modern money mechanics. This exists already for decades, guys. This is not new. Quantitative easing is not new. It's not relatively short or new. No, this has been going on for decades, guys. Decades. So, unfortunately, most of us were just ignorant about this, or they kept us ignorant about this. That's the whole thing, right? You're not gonna learn this on school, guys. There's no education that's gonna teach you how this works. Because that's what they want. Like George Carlin said, guys. Keep people dumb enough to keep working and smart enough to be obedient. It is what it is. You know, sometimes he laughs at his own jokes, but when he jokes about this kind of stuff, he never laughed about it. Never. Why? Because it was true. So yeah, he made a lot of people wake up. Fortunately, and unfortunately, he's not here anymore. Already passed away quite some time ago. Hope he's doing well wherever he is. Well, that's it for me today, guys. I've got so much stuff to do. Gotta work on the application. Gonna release this version of ME1 and 2. Waiting for this movement, so I got lots to do. I also want to work on the garden actually today, as long as the weather is fine. Well, I'll be back once we get a significant move. It looks like it's making a significant move, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it will be today or not. Let me draw quickly what's going on here. Since this is pretty much I think this is an ascending channel, guys. Ascending triangle. Oh no. Look at that. It might actually break out now. What the heck? It's possible. It's looking like a broadening, ascending broadening triangle. Yep. I mean, it's looking pretty obvious actually. It's like staring you in the face. Look at that. Let me give this a different color so you can see it clearly. This inception agents. Patterns within patterns. So when this, well, we can check it actually like this, right? So when candles keep closing above this support line, then we'll probably have a bullish continuation. But I want to see significant candle closes though. Right? Not just like peaking. No, I want to see it, going up and closing significantly below, above this resistance line, and preferably actually closing another one here somewhere, and then I'm probably gonna enter here, because then a bullish continuation is high probability. However, it can also just get rejected here and retest, right? This happens a lot as well. But it does this. Alright. This happens also. But can also do it like that. Creating this inverted neck and head and shoulder. Staring right at us in the face. Looks like it's breaking out to the upside. It looks like it anyways. It's not confirmed yet. You need to see candle closing above. When it closes like this, just a little bit, well, then you definitely want to see more closing candles, so like that. I mean, this is just not gonna, well, I mean, this closes like this. Look, it's already kind of doing it. It can still, the next candle can still go down like that and closes here. So that it's not a breakthrough, right? Then this is not a breakthrough. A breakthrough is closing there, closing more there, something like that. Like that, and then probably enter here somewhere. Bullish continuation is highly probable then, or bullish breakout in this case actually. So it's looking pretty bullish at this moment. It has to create some smaller hump though. Oh well. And don't forget, there's only a 1 hour time frame, so this is a small pattern. This is already an echo pattern. I mean, even smaller data patterns actually. So these are very dangerous patterns to trade with. You really have to know what you're doing. As you can see, I have done my complete research on Bitcoin, so I have a clear understanding of how the volatility of this market moves. I already got used to it because I've analyzed it for so long. Or so much, I mean. So yeah, kind of makes me want to wait. Damn it. It's looking like it wants to break out. Looks like it. It could be a fake out, guys. So be careful. Do not FOMO in at this point. I mean, it still can go. It still can get rejected here. And still go down like that. Finding support there, and then I'm gonna freaking enter here. Still break out. Right? It's quite inevitable, but not not true. That's not true. Since this is a very small pattern, the chance that it gets that its expected breakout direction will get overridden by a bigger pattern like this channel. But in this case, they kind of collide, right? This trend is colliding with this bullish breakout pattern. So I think this is a strong indication. Look at that. 50 minutes. Let's see how many candles has been closing in the. There still hasn't closed any candles above. Not even in the 15 and in the 5 minutes. Nope, not even in the 5 minutes. So I think this is. Yeah, in the 1 minute, but look at that. It's dancing on the freaking. It's kind of dancing here. Okay, I expect it's already creating a bearish divergence. Although the money flow is increasing like crazy. What the heck? In the shorter time frames, anyways. Don't get me wrong. VWAP wants to go down actually. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's kind of. Oh, there we go. I was like, what the hell? 1 minute. This is gonna confirm. Yes, this is confirmed. It's probably gonna go down. I think it's gonna go down. Let's see. It's finding support there at the resistance. At least it looks like it. Whoa, 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 whoa. They'll say they don't fucking know. I don't even like that shit. Oh, look at that. It's breaking through once again. So it's not really finding support here anymore. It looks more like it's actually getting rejected to me. However, we still. Oh, look at that. The 5 minute did. Look, this closed like here, but it didn't close significantly. Right? If it closed here, that would have been a significant close. Then I will be like, maybe it's a good time to enter here. So now in this case, I'm gonna wait until more candles closes here. I would like to see 50 minutes actually closing above. More significant close of the 50 minutes, more like here or something. That's 7200 or something like this. If it closes here, then I'm probably gonna enter long. Or buy some bitcoins. No, I'm just gonna enter long, I think. Small proportion, you know. Low risk, high reward trade. Let's see. Yeah, I want to see it closing above this fib level as well. So when it closes here, I want to see it close there. Then I think we will get bullish continuation when that happens. Or perhaps even creating a higher high. Right, higher than this wick here. But it has to close. A candle has to close. That's the only way how I determine whether a pattern is breaking out. So that's why I also connect the bodies and not the wicks. Otherwise, I cannot determine when it's gonna break out or not. or if it's just gonna get rejected, or you don't know. Alright? I mean, the candle can go like this, but as long as it doesn't close, doesn't mean shit. When it, it can just return back up like this. Doesn't mean shit. That is just only deviation. It's what they call the standard deviation. So, alrighty. Should I wait for this? Should I wait for this? Looks like it's getting rejected already. So, I think it's gonna go down first. It might go down first. Rejected here. Then you're gonna see something like that. It's probably gonna find support here, somewhere, maybe even here. That would be radical though. I want to see this, just like this one. I want to see that happening here. Alright, I think I was clear, right? So should enter somewhere there. So when this happens, you should enter somewhere there. Right, that's it. Easy. Let me quickly check the 15 minutes. Oh, look at that. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, look at that. It's actually becoming green. What the heck? That's why you want to see candle closes. That's the only way you can get confirmations. You don't want to trade something that's still happening. Alright? You don't know what's going to happen. You have no clue, I mean. This is looking pretty bullish. It's actually, it closed on the freaking resistance. Come on, and the next candle is still. So I need another 50 minutes for confirmation for this, if this is going to break out or not. Let's try extrapolation target. Some, a potential target. Let's extrapolate a potential target. This was the last breakout, so it's probably something like that. Possible. Something like that. Yep. It's not that crazy. I would say even actually, the last breakout was there, so something like that. Yeah. I might retest this. It's probably gonna go. It's probably gonna go through. Then consolidate here. Get rejected here, or no, I don't see that happening actually. There's a slight, well, there's the CME gap here. It still needs to get filled, although I'm not so sure if it's gonna happen before the halving or not. Whether this, it can still, like I said, right? Ascending channels, they tend to consolidate for quite some time. Who knows? This might consolidate like that until the CME gap is filled, and then crashes down after the halving. That would suck actually, to be honest. I would not like to see that happen. Or or it's just gonna go like this. Or this could also mean, I mean, since this is only echo patterns, guys, when I look at this at the long term, this might be, right, since this is broadening wedge here, this might also break out. There's also a slight possibility that this broadening wedge finally breaks out, or it's gonna do this first and then break out. So as you can see, there are a lot of bullish sign long term, even though we're still in the bear market here. However, we are approaching the end of this bear market, so I would say long term 80% that way, 20% that way. I think this is a pretty damn good risk reward risk reward opportunity trade, whatever. When you long from here, right? So look at that. That's more like it's about 350% ish increase. No leverage, so if you actually leverage that thing here, oh, man, I'm hoping that something like this happens, that goes down here, making this upwards movement in the, exactly the same thing what I'm talking about here in the shorter time frames, but however in the bigger time frames, larger time frames, it's probably gonna make this bounce back up movement, and I'm entering here, you know, just a small proportion. After I bought some bitcoins here, then I'm gonna leverage trade a small proportion of that for a long position, perhaps like 10x or something. Would be nice, right? 300. No, that's like 3600% increase. Woo! Crazy. All right. I don't see anything crazy happening. I've been trying to extend this as much as as long as possible, but I don't see anything significant happening except that it's actually getting rejected here. Uh, yeah. See that? That's why it's important to see candles closing above. Now it's actually getting rejected. Yeah, it wicked up, right? The candles looked here, but it went down. So that's why it's important to connect the closes or opens, right? The bodies of the candle. That's why I use lines. These lines are based. The source of this, the price source is based on the close of the candle. So otherwise, if you want to base your strategy or analysis on high, you will have to constantly change this. Every freaking market, if you ask me, is quite annoying. This is used in the Haikanashi ish, kind of. Looks like pretty much the same though. Open plus high plus low plus close divided by 4. So you get an average. Average close is pretty much like the Haikanashi, right? Only there's also another factor, the previous candle. So yeah, I do advise people to learn these kind of basics just to understand how the units works, the candles or lines. As you can see, it's quite nice to know. Um, oh, it looks like it's getting rejected there, so it might actually break out later. Probably, perhaps even all the way here. So it might just break out tomorrow. Not sure. Maybe just gonna break out like that. Or maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? Doesn't look like it though. It's kind of slow. It's too slow. It's going too slow for a breakout. It might just reverse. Slowly, slowly go up. Very slow. Good. It's possible. Or maybe even like that. You know. But how it is looking now, it's gonna get rejected like that. And you want to wait for that movement, right? Closing a gap between the resistance and the price action. So you probably want to short there. Do not short there. So if you're gonna short, you want to short there, right? But for me, I'm waiting for this movement, right? Then I'm gonna enter there. Oh, worst case scenario, enter there, somewhere here. Long the heck out of this thing. Riding the wave, guys. Ride the wave. Do not let the wave ride you. You want to play with the big boys. They will play with you. Get you wrecked all the time. So later in the day, I will release these versions of Epic Market Indicator, or ME1 and 2. Stay tuned for that. I will probably just give a heads up, or I'll do some streaming quickly or something. We'll see. Or just publish an idea to let you know. I don't think for sure it's gonna be a busy day today. Look, it got rejected by this fib level. I think that's a 3.382. No, yes it is. It's getting rejected by the 0.382 over here. And that's good. Pretty much here, like here. But the 0.5 got rejected by the 0.5. And that a freaking pretty looking analysis. Wow. I cannot even see the blue line anymore, so it's dancing so much exactly on this resistance. Let me make this thicker, otherwise, like that. Still can see it. Oh my goodness. It's exactly on the. Look at that. It's kind of colliding with this pattern. So yeah, the chance that this is going up is so high at the moment. So. Look at that. So let's do this one more time. Let's give it an outro. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Have I forgot anything? No, if I'm not gonna stream today, I'll probably be back tomorrow. Otherwise, later in the evening. You'll see. I'll probably be back tomorrow though. High chance. So everybody, all those who are watching this, thank you for watching. Appreciate it a lot. My academy will come online soon, so stay tuned for that, and please be patient. Those who are watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the little notification bell so you'll get notified when I come online again or make upload a new video. For those who are watching this on TradingView, don't forget to hit the follow button. And once again, appreciate watching this stream, and I hope to see you guys perhaps later in the day or otherwise tomorrow. So, and as always, guys, be kind to one another. Have a nice day, and peace out.